My favorite Halloween movie is Beetlejuice, and I love that movie because the ending song, Jump in the Line, it's got kind of like a salsa kind of vibe to it, and then also my friend and I kind of did a routine to that in high school as well.
Okay, my favorite Halloween movie is Halloween, actually, and that's because it was the first horror movie I'd ever seen before, and it was the fall of 1980. And I remember going to this movie. It was my first horror movie, and it was probably my second R-rated movie because I was a PK. Came from a kind of a sheltered background. So I remember watching that movie and just being incredibly scared and frightened. But I was with like 10 other friends, and so seeing them frightened as well kind of settled me down. And I actually ended up enjoying it, mainly because I was watching them just be incredibly frightened out of their minds. And I thought it was very funny. But I'm glad I wasn't alone, because it would have been a problem then, but that's my favorite.
So my favorite Halloween movie would probably be Rocky Horror Picture Show, just because it's super underrated. Like, not a lot of people have seen it or really talk about it. It has really good music, and it's actually kind of inappropriate, so that makes it even more entertaining.
My favorite Halloween movie is Scary Godmother, which is a story that's kind of similar to like Cinderella and her fairy godmother, but it's a tiny girl with a scary godmother, which is just a witch. It's an animated movie. It's just really cute, kind of stupid, but I usually watch it with my sister because it's the only movie that we actually both enjoy watching together. So ever since we were like 7 years old, we would get together around October during Halloween season and watch it together. Yeah, it's just a fun movie. Kind of stupid, but it's great if you're looking to laugh and just have a good time with friends and family.
Well, I still have a real fondness for Hitchcock. I love Hitchcock. He's an inspiration to me as a filmmaker, and because I just don't like the slasher movies, and I never ever did. As a kid, as a teen, just was not interested. I still think that The Birds is my favorite scary movie of all time. I love the actress, Tippi Hedren, I love her look in the film. And I also love the feeling of fear and anxiety that Hitchcock builds and builds and builds as you move through, and finally the birds just descend on her. So it's a great inspiration to me as a filmmaker, and I also love the typography of the title. So that's my favorite movie, The Birds.
My favorite Halloween movie is The Legend of the Sleepy Hollow because it has Johnny Depp in it, and he's great.
I think my all-time favorite scary movie, for a number of reasons, is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. It's an adaptation of Stephen King's novel, and the novel is great on its own. It's one of those rare movies that's an adaptation of a book, but the author hates the movie because of the liberties that Kubrick took, but the way that he builds the set and kind of plays with these people's minds in this environment, and Jack Nicholson's performance in it, I think that would be my favorite Halloween movie.